City of Kia. Seattle has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Howard, the pass to Durant. Wade kicks to Durant. The three. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got his 5th assist in this one.
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
Watson kicks to Aldridge. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at the Thunder. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, the San Antonio Spurs, a game behind.
And when I look at San Antonio, got to be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
Tell you what, they're talking about them now. Everything is falling into place for them so perfectly.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. Okay, with this break, let's run down the point guards with the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. Number 1, Goran Dragic.
And for the purist out there, he has been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. I mean, he can make any pass on the court and creates so many easy baskets for his teammates.
Call him their heart and soul. I mean, their offense would be completely different if he wasn't the guy running the show.
Out to the right wing. He dishes it to Love. From 13, and another basket for Seattle.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Watson with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Ginobili outside. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Ginobili. They double-team Ginobili. 4 on the clock. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats here for Dwight Howard. The past month has been surreal. Averaging 22 points per, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Well, he's operating at the highest level right now, one of the truly elite talents in the NBA.
Durant for 3, and another 3 for Seattle.
They are wreaking havoc on him with the three-point shot here.
The defense has no answer right now. Even when they've gotten a hand up, it has not seemed to matter.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge.
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. Second in scoring, second in assists, and they're number 2 in fewest turnovers a game. I call that squeezing the orange, and that's a team effort, everybody valuing the ball.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
Poked loose. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. Here's Dragic. Kicks to Howard. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. 18 points for Howard.
Yeah, just continued sloppiness with the basketball. They are shooting themselves in the foot.
It's hard enough to win in this league without careless mistakes. As a matter of fact, you can't win if you have too many careless mistakes.
And where would these guys be without all the easy points off these turnovers?
Boy, it's made matters a lot easier for them offensively, Greg.
Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. And Wade slams it in.
Now, this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. There's Dragic with the 3, and another 3 for Seattle.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
Wade outside to the left wing. It's Howard with the drive. Blanketed by the D, fights to the rim for the layup. Howard's got 7 points for the quarter.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Here's Leonard, and the rejection by Love. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Parker's checked in for San Antonio. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Screen by Howard. Wade gets the bucket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Parker dishes to Duncan. Shot clock at 5, and Parker, here we go, nails it from the high post. Parker's got his first basket.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Wade from outside, and another three for Seattle.
Once again, the defense letting them get open at the three-point line. That's a major mental mistake there. You've got to get to the shooter.
Parker kicks to Ginobili. Ball's knocked loose, stolen by Wade. And here's the fast break. Love leading the way. Dragic gets the bucket.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
And it's Wade in the corner.
Love, down.
Pulls from the top of the key, and it's Seattle with another.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Parker outside, and there's the defensive 3-second call. San Antonio shooting their first free throw of the game here. And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up. For a long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big three, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big three recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition, won't they, Kevin?
Absolutely. A nice shot by Howard.
This is an absolute monster performance from him. He is pulverizing them from the three-point line.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Back to Parker. They need this, and he overshot that one, missing.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him as the next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big three, but to think of himself as the big one.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Spurs have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Parker outside, and the shot is good. Parker's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
And guys, with what Popovich said about Leonard, small things like that can be the catalyst to get a player to reach greatness. Sooner or later, this will be Kawhi's team.
And the first time out of the game called for Seattle.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
A platoon swap here for Seattle. Parker's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. Lee kicks to Nowitzki. Fires the three, and that one's good. Well, talking about Parker and the bigs, Tony benefited from their presence, Clark, but they also benefited from his play.
Really, early in their careers, the only way to defend Parker and Duncan was to pack the lane. And once Tony developed a consistent jump shot, the only way to defend them was to hope and pray.
Right.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
There's 1:40 left in the second quarter. Here's Winslow. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Screen by Duncan. It's Ginobili on the wing. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in. Nowitzki a screen. On its way from Rose for two. And it's Seattle with another.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And stolen by Nowitzki. Ahead. And it's Lee, that time on the assist by Winslow.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Knocked away. Lee with the steal. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game time. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. For Seattle, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, those numbers represent a nice step up from what they were last year.
The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of the game. Lee, that's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. It's stolen by Rose. He feeds it to Nowitzki. A 3 ball, and that one's good. Nowitzki's got 6 here in this quarter.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Seattle ahead, running away with this one. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first half, that's for sure. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined again by Shaquille O'Neal. And Kevin Durant was on fire in the first. Deals. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about this home team?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
They're getting completely outworked on the glass. Giving up that many rebounds is how you dig yourself into a hole like this, Ernie.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Ladies and gentlemen, and as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And the threes, they just dropped for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
I'll say, this couldn't have been a more productive day for him from long range so far.
On the floor for San Antonio, defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the 1. Leonard attacking. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Leonard's got 7. Seattle with the ball. They beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
And the last time these teams met, it was a walk in the park, and everybody got in on the act. Their bench was spectacular in that win.
Yeah, I agree with you. The starters were extremely happy to get some rest and let the bench guys do the heavy lifting. Definitely a feel-good win for the team.
Bargnani kicks to Rose. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. A nice shot by Winslow. Winslow's got his second bucket.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them. Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Lee kicks to Rose. And another three for Seattle.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah, right. Scoring well here at the midway point, and now they're starting to put some distance between them.
Well, offensively, they just continue to roll. I mean, they're padding that lead bit by bit as a result.
And it's Green missing.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Rose. And pushing it up for Seattle. Shots good from Bargnani.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assists and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And it's Green missing.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Winslow with it. Leonard picks him up. A nice shot by Winslow.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Nowitzki gets a wide open look. And another 3 for Seattle. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And stolen by Nowitzki. And here we go again. Seattle on the break. A nice shot by Winslow. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Seattle.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Parker against Rose. Stolen by Rose. And here we go. No one around. And that's good from Bargnani on the assist by Lee. Bargnani's got 9 points here in the second half. Stolen by Rose. And now the fast break. Nowitzki with the ball. Got that one up quick. And that's 17 points here for Justice Winslow.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Fast breaks yield easy buckets, guys. They've made the most of their chances in that regard. The defense not able to get set. You get a running start to the rim, you should get a good number of scoring chances that way.
Rasul Butler's checked in for San Antonio. Ray McCallum comes in for Parker, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Lee. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. How about 44 points per, 14 assists, and almost 5.5 steals. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position and uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
That's tipped. Duncan against Bargnani. Duncan kicks to McCallum. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession. And let's see which big men have had the softest touch lately with this look at the leading field goal percentages among centers and power forwards in the last 10 games. Dirk Nowitzki, number 1. Bargnani is second.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Yeah, and you've got to have a mix of options if you're going to shoot a high percentage like these guys do. You've got to be able to establish good position, and then you've got to have a nice feel around the bucket with both hands.
Winslow with it. Butler covering. And another 3 for Seattle.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
To the paint, here's Lee. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Lee's got 8.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
And the basket by Nowitzki.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Aldridge with a screen on Rose. McCallum, the pass to Aldridge. Off the mark, and the drought continues. And pushing it up, here's Seattle. Here's Winslow, and another basket for Seattle.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Stolen by Rose. Here's Lee. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 6 assists now in the game.
That's now 7 straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Yeah, and they're making it look easy, guys, running it down the opponent's throat.
Here's Bargnani. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
You know, you look at what they're doing, and it's easy to see why they want to run right now.
And, guys, 9 straight points for them on fast breaks. You can't blame them for getting out.
They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Finding the gaps in the defense and really just slicing and dicing them right now.
Lee gets the bucket.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it play.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
And the basket by Rose.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth, here we go.
McCallum with the bucket.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Takes the 13-footer, and there's Bargnani on the assist by Lee. Bargnani's got 13 points in just this quarter. Here's McCallum. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Duncan, and the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Lee outside, and another 3 for Seattle.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit, lost the focus, I think.
Rose.
Dishes it to Rose. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Rose has got 16 points.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
And, Greg, defensively, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to hustling back. I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't jog back.
He kicks it to Nowitzki. And a wide-open look for Lee. And again, Seattle with the triple.
He's found the rhythm here in the third quarter, Kevin, and his confidence is palpable. You can feel it. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be falling.
Three-pointer. And again, Seattle with the triple.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here. Too much casual effort here. Lackadaisical getting back on defense here, fellas.
And it's costed them. Fast break baskets accounting for 7 of the last 10 points they've allowed.
Shot to stop the run, and it's Aldridge with the bucket inside. Aldridge has got 10.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Seattle calls timeout. There's 14 seconds left in the third. Here's Ibaka. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Ibaka's got his first 2 points.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Seattle. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And it's Seattle with the ball. We've got Bogdanovich. Rose is out there with money. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Ibaka in the power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Seattle. The Spurs shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Here's Marjanovic, pass to Ginobili. There's the feed to Watson. 5 to shoot. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And it was great to watch C.J. Miles last season. Finally, Clark got some significant playing time.
Yeah, and took advantage of it. With the Pacers having Paul George on the sidelines due to injury until late in the season, they got a nice lift and contribution from C.J. Miles.
And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Lee. Now, here's Watson. Kicks it to Anderson. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Lee. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
And watching C.J. Watson last year, he showed he could take his game up a notch. Beat his career average in terms of shooting percentages across the board. Career high in rebounding, second best assist average as well. Unfortunate how he got the opportunity to play, but great that he took advantage of it.
And, you know, for Watson, you could really see him doing this for several more years, guys, finding ways to contribute as a backup or starter. Doesn't matter to him either way. He's a gamer, for sure.
The Spurs making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Watson kicks to Simmons. Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Now the dish to Bogdanovich. Beyond the arc. And another 3 for Seattle.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Yeah, exactly. Doing an excellent job, I think, finding the open guy on the perimeter. And the three-pointer is a major weapon for him right now in this quarter.
Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Ray McCallum's checked in for C.J. Watson. For Seattle, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Here's Ibaka, and that's good for 2. Ibaka's got 4 this quarter. They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance. You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And it's Lee penetrating. Gasol. It's tipped. Lee with the steal. Here's Gasol. Got it. Good job in the low post.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Here's McCallum. The shot is off. Seattle goes the other way with it. Here's the break. There's the triple, and that one's good.
It's been a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range. He's in a groove, and that tray of his has just been dead.
It's stolen by Rose. And here we go again. Seattle on the break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket, and don't let them set up the defense.
Three-pointer, and again, Seattle with the triple.
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Right wing, out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Butler, he's checked in for San Antonio. Fades back, and another basket for Seattle.
And sometimes you just can't get around your defender there. You got to hit him with that high top fade.
It's stolen by Rose. And pushing it up, here's Seattle. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, there's hot guys, and then there's really hot. They just can't miss.
You know, Greg, sometimes you'll see an individual guy go on a shooting tear like this, but the whole squad, wow.
Here's Lee, tries a three off the inbound, and another three for Seattle.
That is a real nice-looking deep three ball there, fellas.
Yeah, Clark, major confidence on display.
Here's Butler. San Antonio again missing.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
And it's Seattle with another.
You know what? Feed the beast. You got to look for him every trip down because he's been out of his mind this quarter.
Stolen by Rose. And pushing it up, here's Seattle. There's Lee with the three, and that one's good. Lee's got 6 here in this quarter.
And guys, give them credit. I mean, they've taken advantage of the turnovers in the open floor.
Converting them into points is what they've done, and that's been a big factor in this game, guys.
Out of bounds. Seattle will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Stolen. Anderson. Outside to the middle. McCallum. He with the block. They retain possession. And they're pushing it up. And another basket for Seattle.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And McCallum kicks to Anderson. To the inside, Gasol with the steal. Lee dishes to Gasol, the 10-footer, and it's Seattle with another.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Stolen by Rose. And here we go again. Seattle on the break. Outside Gasol. Lets it go from deep. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Spurs have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the one make. And pushing it up. Here's Seattle. And it's good. Gasol's got 13 points in just this quarter.
Tell you what, the points they've allowed off turnovers are really hurting them.
And if you're not giving your defense enough time to react when you give the ball up like that, you don't have a chance.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Seattle with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. No good from Lee. McCallum, the pass to Butler. Trying to get back on track. Shot is off. Seattle goes the other way with it. Lee outside, and the basket good. Lee's got 35 in the game.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
That's a 2 from Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
He's been an absolute non-factor. Zero factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
Lee kicks to Ibaka. Bogdanovich dishes to Gasol. And another basket for Seattle.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Shots good by Lee.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
Poked away. Stolen by Rose. Up the floor. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist by Lee. 12 points for Serge Ibaka.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
The shot's good from Gasol.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Rose. From downtown, and again, Seattle with the triple.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Stolen by Rose. Gasol kicks to Lee. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Lee's got 41.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
He's feeling it, and it's Seattle with another.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
To halt the run, hits the front of the rim and out.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Shots good by Ibaka.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Well, I've always thought that it was good to maybe miss a breakfast or two, but that's another story. Anyhow, you can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Seattle.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them.
And playing this team only twice on the year, they have to feel good about their strategy and execution, as tonight they complete a season series sweep against the Spurs.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Derrick Rose. What more can you really ask of a guy? I mean, when you come out and get a triple-double, making contributions all over the place.
Stolen by Rose. On up the court, and Lee with the stuff.
It didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
From the arc, and he gets it to go.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
So no problem for Seattle as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Goran Dragic. And Goran, what a nice show the team put on for your fans tonight.
Yeah, great game for us, for our fans. They were amazing. This kind of games is really enjoying to play. We are hustling on every play, defense and offense, and, you know, I'm really happy that we won that game.
You enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it. Thank you, Goran. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
He was literally unstoppable tonight, Ernie. Those defenders that were trying to guard him are going to have nightmares tonight. He put on a clinic on how to break down the defense. With that kind of performance, it's going to be hard to repeat it.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.